Hello everyone and welcome back to J1 Aviation. So today is another private pilot scenario. So here's a setup for today's scenario. So you are an official private pilot and you're going to take a friend flying with you today. So this is that big moment you've been waiting for so long. So your friend looks at you after you get in the airplane and says, "I've never been in one of these little airplanes before. What do I need to know about this?" So what do you tell your friend? Do you have a briefing plan in mind, or are you just going to wing it and see what comes out? So lucky for you, on FAAsafety.gov, if you need a resource, there is this little cheat sheet which gives you a passenger briefing. So I'll put a link in the description down below. So here's what it looks like, and this is a little guide if you need something. So let's take a quick review and see what's on here. So it spells safety, as in safety briefing. So S is for seats and seat belts. Now this involves two regulatory items in the passenger briefing. So 91-107 states that the PIC needs to brief each passenger on how to fasten and unfasten the safety belts and shoulder harnesses if they're installed, and that you need to notify each passenger to fasten them. And then the other item here under S is it's just good practice to show them how to work the seat controls also. So A is the next one, and this generally refers to air vents and environmental controls. So one time I finished a flight with my little boy in the back, and he's like, "Dad, my feet are so cold I can't even feel them." So he had an air vent back there that was blowing on him the whole time. So things like this we want to prevent. And also to let the passengers know that if they aren't feeling well, to let you know sooner rather than later, and then maybe you can adjust some controls to get some more air moving, which might help them. So the next one is F for fire extinguisher. So you can tell the passengers, where it's at and how to use it in the unlikely event that it's necessary. So E is for exit, emergency planning kits, and other equipment. So your passengers are going to know where the doors are, right? Because, this isn't a 747, but some doors can be tricky to operate. And then you can brief your passengers on some emergency plan, if you have any special survival equipment on board or supplementary equipment that will be used on the flight. And then T is for traffic and talking. So it's great to have passengers on board, and they can help you identify other traffic. I mean, several times I've been flying and had passengers point out other aircraft to me, and it's especially helpful if you aren't flying with, an iPad with traffic or something. So that's pretty helpful. And then the other item is just general conversation while flying. You can tell the passengers that there's certain times you really need to focus, takeoff, landing, taxi, maybe other busy times, and they should wait to point out something to you or ask you a question unless it's something urgent, like close traffic or something else that's critical. And then the last one is Y. So this is just to ask them if they have any questions, and if they don't, maybe some point later something will come up, a question will come into their mind, and it just provides an opening for them so the conversation can be back and forth and it's not all one way. So there you go. Now your passengers are briefed, and now everyone's ready for a good flight. So thanks everyone for watching today. We'll hope you join us on a future flight, and thanks for flying J1 Aviation.